Hi, this is Mike Jensen. I'm here to show you how to add a little extra flair and some outlines to your photos when you present them digitally, either for maybe on social media or for a camera club, something like that. It really gives it a big pop, and I think you'll enjoy how we do this. I'm going to start with a photo of this white egret landing. I've already brought it into Photoshop. And the first thing I'm going to do is just unlock the layer. Just click on the lock there. And then I'm going to add another layer and drag it underneath. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is click Image, Canvas Size, and making sure I click the dot inside and click Relative to make sure everything sizes up right. I'm going to add I'm just going to start with like 500 pixels on the width and 500 on the height and see what happens. Okay, so that looks pretty good. We've got a new canvas where the picture we started with is in the center, and now we can just go to town. So the first thing I want to do is click on FX and add a stroke. The dialog box comes up. It says what size stroke. Right now mine defaults to 2 pixels. This size image I might want something a little bit larger. And a lot of times I want it to match kind of the color of the image. So I might actually go out here and choose that and then maybe drag it to a darker color or something like that. Okay, so that's good. We can always go back and change that if we want to. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add the main background layer. And I do this a little bit differently than a lot of other people. I do it with a solid color fill in that layer. And this allows me to change the color anytime I want to. So right now it kind of defaults to black. And then I go down and I change the blending mode to color. Just the way I do it. So here, if I double click on that, I can actually change it to any color I want to. I can go in and do a dark blue to match the color of the sky, something like that. Or I can just go much darker and maybe use kind of a charcoal gray or charcoal black. Let's stick with that. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is I like to double matte this. So I'm going to add another layer. And I'm going to go up to the rectangle tool. And I'm just going to drag this across my canvas and across the image, and it defaults to white. Didn't get centered 100%, so I'm just going to use my left and right arrows to move it over a titch, or my move controller, and that looks pretty good. So we're almost there. Remember, I've got the effects on the main image, and the last thing I want to do is just click effects again. I can do this by clicking FX or here, or I can just double click, and I like to add a bit of a drop shadow, and I like it to come from the top left, and spread out just a little bit more. And actually, you can kind of go in here and drag this any way you want to once you're doing this. But I'm just going to leave it kind of like that. And then I hit Command minus to bring it out. And the last thing I'm going to do is probably just go in and do a little bit of a crop. I might not want this exactly as large as I started with. And I hit Enter. And so there is your double matted image with a stroke of about 4 pixels and a drop shadow. So that's a good way to really enhance the way your images are done. I'm going to just close this out and save it and show it to you on a different background. Okay, so we're finishing up with our double matted white egret, and you can see it shows really good in wide format and on the main screen. So that's a real quick and dirty method of how to really enhance your images. Also, if you want to, you can always drag over a watermark or a signature or something like that and place that in there as well. Hope you enjoyed it. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.